So sorry. So just know that category. So in each topic sentence, check your topic sentence when you're revising and say, can I talk for an entire paragraph about this? Okay, so it should be a large step. Also check out in Steps to Writing Well the example where they have how to prepare fresh fish. But just know that they only had three categories in that, and yours may be much longer. It really just depends. Like for example, when I do the writer's workshop for that the chocolate chip cookie example, I can easily get 8 paragraphs out of that. Eight. I mean, like just of the different categories of what to do. Think categories and you should be fine. If what has happened is you just, sometimes we start off with a topic sentence and the details, and then we just get so into the directions, we just start giving directions and we forget about topic sentences. What you're going to have to do, it's kind of like you have a necklace that's gotten tangled. You are going to have to separate out the strands. You're going to have to just use your document, set it aside, but then you're going to make your list of your large categories and put the small steps under the big steps and kind of just create a new document where that happened. Okay? All right, so let's look at now supporting details, specific supporting details. So with this paper, again, awareness of audience. You need to get really, really specific. So you're not talking to other people, other friends that already know how to do the process, right? You're talking to a beginner, so you have to really explain. Put yourself in the place of not knowing. Get really specific. Okay, so really, really explain. And again, treat them as an intelligent human being. They're not. You don't need to get silly. Like if you're in the kitchen, I said this in the writers workshop, but you don't need to say. Then you need to put the cookies in the oven. The oven is a large appliance in your kitchen. Now they know that. Don't be goofy, right? But do over explain in the sense that you're speaking to a beginner. You want them to get enthusiastic about this, but if they're just dazed because they don't know what on earth you're talking about, they're not going to understand, right? So you just need to really explain a lot. Once you get into that mode, it gets easier. And then you have more to say, and then you develop your paragraph further, right? So specific supporting details. So I put again awareness of audience. Just remember that they are a beginner. Okay, so they need all the information. And it has to be in the same category though. You have to support the topic sentence. So if the topic sentence says that we're mixing ingredients, then everything in that paragraph has to be about mixing ingredients. It can't be about putting the cookies in the oven. It has to be all about mixing ingredients, right? Whatever the topic sentence says, everything in that paragraph has to be about that. Okay, so make sure all the details do support that, because sometimes we get to the end and we want to kind of slide into a different point, a different topic sentence, but we can't do that. All right, so conclusion. Sometimes it's tempting with this essay. We just, human nature, we get to the last step and we think we're done, right? But so when you take the cookies out of the oven, you're not done. Just to use the cookie analogy, right? So there can't be any steps in the conclusion, nothing for them to do. Okay, so you have to just wrap it up, touch back on your intro, touch back on your thesis. You can remind them of why this is such a great hobby, process, habit, whatever it is. Why this is so good for them to know. This might be a great time to remind them of why they should give this a try, right? Just remind them. Again, don't assume they're already there. Speak to them as the beginner, but now they're a beginner that is more aware of the process. So you can explain, that you're hoping they'll give this a try or something like that. But no steps, nothing for them to do. They should not be. This is not the time to tell them another step in the process. No, but you need a full paragraph. So you need about 4 to 7 sentences. So not 2 sentences, right? Never one sentence. If you go into journalism, then you can have a 1-sentence paragraph, and that can be that style, right? But that is not the style. So 4 to 7 sentences really you need. So if you just didn't quite do that, then you just need to develop it further. Just make sure that you are touching on, if you did, let's say you did this, say you just had a couple sentences and I say that you need more, then what should you do? You didn't include any new steps or anything like that, and I just said it needs further development. Then you want to make sure, did you touch back on the intro and talk about what you talked about in the intro? In different, no repeats, not like a rerun, right? But just in different language, but you're still touching back on it. Did you touch back on your thesis? Did you remind them why this might be a great activity for them to try? That sort of thing. All right, so shoot for 4 to 7. You should be okay. All right, so those are the basic things that came up. That's also what's going to give you the most points. Essay structure, were some here and there some issues with fragments, comma, splices, and run-ons. You can just kind of review either chapter 6 and steps to writing well, or if you can watch the previous video where I went over that, you could review that. If any of the videos you're not able to access in Canvas, you can go to my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube, type in Kelly Ryan and then just type in something like essay number 1 or essay revision or anything like that, any Englishy sort of thing, and it should come up with them, and then you could review whatever video you needed to see. Okay, great. So I'm encouraging you to revise to get the most points. You can always revise no matter where you ended up, and you can still get an A. The only points you can't get back are any late points, but you can. So say that you're at a 90 and you want a higher A. Can you get points back? Yeah, absolutely. Just say it didn't really go that well and you're quite far from an A. Well, you can still get one. Just get in there and revise. All right. So, all right. Thank you.